Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am working on my mission inspiration for April. Taking a little break from the 100-day project. And still hoping to get every month done for mission inspiration for this year. So here we go. The first prompt was glue paper strips or washi tape. I have my washi tape somewhere and I couldn't find it when I was creating this, so I just cut up some strips of gel prints and decided they would be my strips of paper. And yeah, covering up the fact that you can tell that is recycled paper from work. And yeah, just picked some soft colors, probably because it's April. I don't know. I was in the mood for some softer colors. Not that they're going to show up much because the next prompt will cover them all up. So how is everyone? I hope your month is going well. If you're interested in mission inspiration, I will try to remember to put a link in the description box below to Mike Deacon's channel. He does the mission inspiration. He has a Facebook group, and he would have all the links on his YouTube channel. And you can see his video for his project for April there too. This is when I wish there was like no copyright hit if you added music, because we could all listen to some music right now instead of me yammering on. Just kidding. It's finally... I can't say that. It's finally sort of spring here. I know April is like halfway over at the time I'm doing this voiceover. But it's been warm. Been some flooding in Utah here. But today it was really, really windy and it got really cold. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. They always say you never know what kind of weather you're going to get here. Can always be a surprise. Alright, so I think I've covered up all the important bits. But I've got paper left, so we're going to stick it down. Just creates a little interesting texture in the background. I like to follow the prompts in order. They say you don't have to follow the prompts in order, but I like to challenge myself and do them in the order that they're listed, just to see what I end up with. I think that's half the fun of these challenges. And I'm going to use every bit of paper, apparently. I'm really enjoying filling up this little book that I made, but I've counted the pages. It's got like 2 years worth of pages in there. So might be a while before there's a flip through. Now, if you're watching this a few years down the line, you might find one if you search my channel. Alright, so we're on to the next prompt, which was cover with a layer of paint or gesso. So I pulled out some gesso. I got a little too much out. And started laying it down. It really kind of makes everything disappear. It's just there very subtly. Maybe it's more noticeable in the photos that you can still see the patterns. You don't see me, but after I put the gesso down, I did try to hit it with a baby wipe, but it's dry here. Even it's dry here. So it dried really fast. So, There was no wiping anything back. Sometimes you can do that. I was trying to cover up the blue line. Alright. So now the next prompt was to add paper or fabric shapes. And I've had this paper and I just really liked it. I don't know. It was a gel print. I can't remember if this is the original or a copy. I don't have my little book here to fill to see if there's texture. But I decided I wanted to make a heart out of it. And I wanted to tear it rather than cut it. So I'm going to tear a heart out of there and put it on the page. I think that might be the original. I can see paint on the back side, so that's most likely the original. I don't know if I ever made a copy or scanned that one, but there, it's gone now. I'm just going to stick that on there. And I'm just using a glue stick, I think. At this point, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following the prompts to see what happens. And I decided I needed some more shapes. Oh, I think at this point, I kind of Googled, like there's word prompts. So the word prompts were oracle, travel, silence, wild, and diary. And oracle sounded interesting and wild sounded interesting. So I Googled wild oracle. And did you know you can buy cards on Amazon that are called wild oracle? Yeah. I think they're like tarot cards. But I wasn't getting any quotes with that. But I do end up getting a quote that has wild in it. And the quote prompted me. I think it's what inspired these other shapes, which are kind of like a thought bubble or a speech bubble. More like a thought bubble. But the quote I found was a bit big. So you'll see in a little while it doesn't actually fit inside my thought bubble. So something else had to go in there instead. Well, and not even in there, just sort of there. And yep, since I tore out the heart, I figured I would tear out the bubbles, the circles, and glue them down. Gotta make sure you get those edges or the darn things don't stay. I'm always good at missing some edges. So the next prompt is to add doodles or scribbles. So I decide to kind of scribble around each of the shapes just to kind of emphasize the shapes. And that was that. Now the next prompt is to add illegible text around the page. I decided to take the first couple of lines from the quote and scribble them as illegibly as possible around the page. So that's what my border is. Now the next prompt, this is prompt number 6, is add an old photograph. And my cousin had stopped by a couple days before and brought over some old pictures of my dad. This is a picture of my dad when he was young. And I don't think he ever admitted to us kids that he had a dog, because we wanted a dog forever, and we ended up giving a dog to my littlest sister for her birthday because he let her have everything. So that's how we got a dog, but yeah, isn't that a funny picture? So here's the quote. It's too big. I was trying to think if I could fit it in a corner without covering too much up. But instead we're going to use this big copy to block that. And the next prompt is to add splatters or drips. So I figured I would take the teal, which is in the heart design, and splatter it around the page a little bit. And then there's another prompt that I didn't use, which was add a stencil or two. And since the paper strips were stenciled on there, I figured I covered that one. But I want to read you the quote before it's finished. The printing's so bad, we'll see if I can read it. You have a wild heart and a mind full of impossible dreams. You've always known you saw the world differently, but were unsure what to do except fall in line. But no longer. The seasons change, and so do you. It's time to lay down the person you became to survive and step into a life where you can grow and thrive. Your time is now. You're ready. And the author is Topher Kirby. Anyways, I hope you liked that. If you did, leave me a thumbs up or comment. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.